Namaste, welcome. I'm Jamie. This class is designed to stretch your quadriceps, your hip flexors, and your shoulders, as well as strengthen your ankles, your legs, and your core. So grab 2 blocks and a blanket. That will be helpful for this practice. We'll start in a comfortable seat. You can elevate your hips on your blanket. Be sure to sit on the edge of your blanket. And if you want to incorporate any essential oil or a candle or practice near your altar, be sure to add that into your practice. I have rosemary today, which helps to support a healthy respiratory system. Okay. You want to add that in, maybe take a nice smell of your oil either out of the bottle or on your hands. And it will help you deepen your breath. So go ahead and rest your hands on your thighs when you're ready and roll your shoulders back. Feel your shoulders align over your hips. Start to engage your core, drawing your low ribs toward each other. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Keep your sit bones heavy. Let's take these next few moments to tune into your breath, eventually moving into Ujjayi Pranayama. Start to listen for the whispering sound at the back of your throat. And let this sound be a tether for your attention as you practice. Bring your hands to your heart, Anjali Mudra, bow your head toward your heart. And make an offering of your practice as a way to deepen your attention. As you exhale, release your hands, softly open your eyes, and let's come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take your hands right under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, tuck your toes, press the ground away, and lift your hips up and back. Take a few moments here to stretch out through your legs and your spine. Let your head hang nice and heavy. On the inhale, float forward into plank pose. Align your shoulders over your wrists. Firm up your thighs. Draw your low ribs toward each other. Firm your low belly and slide your shoulders away from your ears. Reach to the crown of your head. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, lower your knees, slide your hips back to your heels, child's pose, balasana. Settle your hips, lengthen your spine, rest your forehead, if possible. Curl your fingers forward. Walk your hands over to the left side, stretch out through your right. Walk through center and over to the right side, stretch out through your left. Come back through center, take another breath. Inhale back up to all fours, downward facing dog. As you exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips. Send your hips high up to the sky, bend your knees as you need. Reach down through your heels. Press the floor up and away with your palms. Plank pose again as you inhale, firming your thighs, drawing your lower ribs together. Engage your deep core muscles, your transverse abdominis. Slide your shoulders away from your ears and reach through the crown of your head. Take another breath in, press the floor away. And then as you exhale, draw your left knee to your left upper arm. Keep your right thigh firm and then take your left knee right under your left hip. Roll to the left, Vashisthasana variation. Take your right arm high. Roll your left shoulder open. Stay strong in your core as you start to take some circles with this right arm. Go in one direction a few times. And then in the other direction a few times. Take your circles big or small, depending on how your shoulders are feeling this morning. You can let your head hang heavy, or whatever time you're practicing with me. And then take your right hand back. Step back again, plank pose, firm in your thighs, your belly, press the ground away. On the exhale, right knee to right upper arm. And then lower the knee right under the hip, roll open to your left, or to your right. Your left arm up to the sky. Firm up your belly, press the ground away, roll your right shoulder open. And again, take a few circles with this left arm in one direction. And then in the other. Seeing what's happening in your shoulder joint today. Try to stay spread across your chest. Open through your collarbones, left thigh strong. And when you're ready, you'll come back. Plant the left hand, step your right foot back. Let's come down to the mat. So you can lower both knees, broaden through your collarbones, firm your belly. Bend your elbows, point them to the back corners of your mat as you lower down. Press into the tops of your feet and your pubic bone as you rise up, Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower down, up and back, child's pose. Come up to all fours again. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Firm your belly as you lift your right leg up. A little bit of a cow-like spine here as you slide your heart forward. Lift up through your right inner thigh. Here's an inhale. As you exhale, round your spine, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take your right leg back. Firm up your hamstrings and your glutes. Exhale, knee to nose. And this time as you go back, tuck your left toes. Find three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Press evenly into your hands. Square your hips, draw your knee to your nose, flex your spine, look forward, step your right foot forward and lower your back knee down. So if you need that blanket, if you're practicing on a hardwood floor and this bothers your knee, grab your blanket. So start to sink your hips forward and down to stretch through your left thigh and your left hip flexors more. Feel that more. You can have your hands on your blocks or fingertips on the floor. Good. Take another full breath, drawing your pubic bone toward your right heel and lift up through your chest, through the crown of your head. For this next part, we'll move with our breath. Okay, so the inhale, you'll extend your spine. As you exhale, slide your hips back into this Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, come back forward, lift your chest. Exhale, slide back. Keep your legs strong, inner thighs hugging in toward each other. Now let's stretch through your hamstrings as you come back. And then come back forward. Stay in this lunge. Continue to hug your inner thighs toward each other. Keep your back toes tucked or untucked. Make sure the back foot is pressing down to help lift your chest. Bring your hands to your heart and then turn your hands sideways and grip your fingers, Ganesha Mudra, and take your arms up and over your head. Draw your elbows wide so you're opening up your chest and your shoulders here. Maybe even look up. Take another breath. On your exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your left hand under your left shoulder. Pick up your left knee. Take a twist to the right. Draw your outer right hip back. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the inside of your right foot. And let's pivot to the left for a wide leg forward bend. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Fold on your exhale. Prasarita Paddo Tadasana. Pressing down through the outer edges of your feet. Lift up through the inner arches. Let your spine lengthen and the head be heavy. Firm up your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk toward the top of your mat and step back, downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathing in. Lower down in your way, you can drop your knees or come through full chaturanga. all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, press into the tops of your feet and your pubic bone. Bhujangasana, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Slide your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. Shalabhasana. So we'll take an inhale breath to prepare. And then as you exhale, lift everything away from the ground. Head, chest, arms, legs, maybe even the thighs. Reach through your toes. Breathe in. Hands on your shoulders. Breathe out, come down. Inhale up and back, child's pose. All fours as you inhale. Firm up your belly as you lift your left leg up. So when to lift the leg, you want to use your glutes and your hamstrings. As you exhale, firm up your belly as you draw your knee to your nose. Left leg lifts up and back. Inhale, slide your heart forward. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. This time as you go back, tuck your right toes. Three-legged dog, bend your knee, open your hip. Press the ground away. Firm up your arms, lengthen your spine. And then square your hips, draw your knee to your nose, round your upper back, look forward, step your left foot through. Lower your back knee. Again, maybe grab your blanket. Lift your chest as you inhale. Sink your hips so you're on your blocks or your hands are on the floor. I'm going to find the sinking of the hips as you lift your chest. So you feel that nice stretch through your quadricep muscles, your hip flexors, even this right side waist here. And then moving with your breath. So here's your inhale. As you exhale, slide your hips back, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, drawing back. Move with your breath. Listen to that sound of your breath, your ujjayi. Tethering your attention as you move your body. Let's come back forward. Sink your hips, lift your chest. Firm up your inner thighs, your pelvic floor, hands to your heart. Ganesha Mudra. Grip your fingers. Widen the elbows and lift your chest. So you're drawing your elbows wide and back. Stay strong through your legs. Press down through the top of the back foot or the ball of the back foot to find a little more lift through your chest. And then exhale your hands down. Right hand under the right shoulder. Pick up your right knee and twist to your left. Take your left arm high. Reach back through your right heel, out through the crown of your head. Exhale your left hand down and pivot to the right. Prasarita Padottanasana. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. So I want you to really ground into the outer edges of your feet. Firm up your legs. And let your spine hang. Just another breath here. Maybe even moving a little bit side to side. Lift up halfway, walk back top of the mat, downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathing in. Drop your knees or come through chaturanga, full chaturanga. Cobra as you inhale, slide your heart forward and up. Lower down, exhale. Slide your arms down by your sides. Take an inhale breath, prepare. Exhale, lift everything away from the ground. Head, chest, arms, belly, legs. Lift up as you lengthen. Exhale, hands under your shoulders, lower down. Press up and back. Child's pose, Balasana. Take a breath. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Look forward, step or float. So if you want to float, you look forward, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, no breath. Press into the ground, lift your hips, jump forward. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, exhale and fold. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to stand. Reach up and look up. Urdhva Namaskar. Press your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands through your third eye, through your heart, and down by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a deep breath. Roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together as you interlace your fingers. Press more into your feet so you can lift your chest. Firm up your belly and your thighs. Look up. Bend your knees. Exhale, fold over. Belly on your thighs, chest on your thighs, arms reaching up and over your head. Let your head hang heavy. Shoulders away from your ears, reaching up toward the sky. Lift your chest away from your thighs. Come toward chair pose, Utkatasana. Sweep your arms up alongside your ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale your left foot back. High lunge. Bring your right hand on your right thigh, left hand on your left thigh. Bend your left knee. Draw the front of your pelvis back. The front of these pelvic bones here, so they're more aligned under your shoulders. So you can work on straightening your back leg here, as long as you're not dipping your pelvis forward, turning your pelvis forward. We want to keep that neutral pelvis to get that stretch through your hip flexors and your thigh. Ganesha Mudra again, up and overhead. Eyes steady. Now bend your left elbow. Slide your hand down the nape of your neck. Take your right hand to your left elbow. Find a little side bend here. Get even more into your hip flexors. Exhale, release your hands down. You want to straighten your right leg here. Maybe even flex your right foot. Folding over that right leg. Slide your outer right hip back. Rebend your knee, take a twist, right arm high, breathe in. Exhale, right hand down, push off your back foot, Ardha Uttanasana as you inhale, and fold on your exhale. Press into your feet, stand up, reach up, look up, Urdhva Namaskar. Draw the hands down through your third eye, through your heart, down by your sides. Coming into Natardrasana or dancing Shiva pose, we'll stand on your right foot. Take your hands to your hips for a moment. Do a hamstring curl with your left leg. So draw your heel in toward your sit bone and then poke around. See if your hamstrings are turned on there. And then catch your ankle. Firm up your inner thighs. Firm up your low belly, draw your low ribs toward each other. Reach your arm to the sky, or you can touch a wall in front of you to help you with balance. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, you're going to draw the knees straight back, kick your foot into your hand, lift your chest. Exhale, kick your foot into your hand, lift your chest. So you continue to lift up even as you find this back bend, so you're not pinching in your low back. Keep your spine long. Keep your right thigh firm, strengthening your right ankle in this balance. Let's lower down. Lower your arms to your sides. Take a breath, Tadasana. Roll your shoulders back. Interlace your fingers again and lift your chest. Breathe in. Press more into your feet so you can lift your chest more. Bend your knees, exhale and fold. Slide your arms up and over your head. Reach your knuckles to the sky. Peel your belly and your chest away from your thighs. Utkatasana, chair pose, fierce pose. Great way to strengthen your ankles, your knees. Inhale, breath here. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale your right foot back, coming into that high lunge again. So you're on the ball of your back foot. Left hand to your left thigh, right hand to your right thigh. Bend your back knee and so see how that shifts the top of your pelvis back so it's not spilling forward. And again, keep your knee bent, or you can work on straightening your right leg as long as you're not tipping your pelvis forward. Feel that stretch through your right hip flexors, right thigh, Ganesha Mudra overhead. Remember, Ganesha is the deity with the elephant head and the pot-bellied human body. Slide your outer left hip back. Now bend your right elbow and take your left fingertips to your elbow. Find a little side bend to the left. Even more into your hip flexors and your thigh. Back up as you inhale. Exhale your hands down. Find your blocks and straighten your left leg. Maybe even flex your left foot. Rebend the knee, find your twist, left arm goes high. Exhale the hand down, push off your back foot. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale, exhale, fold. Use your legs and core more, stand up, reach up, look up. Urdhva Namaskar, press your palms together, draw them through your center. Balancing on your left foot now, Nautradrasana. Do a hamstring curl with your right leg. Look for the hamstrings there, make sure they're active. Catch your ankle. Roll left arm to the sky. Firm up your legs, your foundation, your pelvic floor, core. Breathe in. Kick your foot into your hand, exhale, take your knees straight back, lift your chest. Breathe in, exhale, kick and lift. Eyes steady but soft. Firm up your glutes. Make sure your hamstrings are strong. Let's come back and lower your foot down, arms down by your sides. Take a breath. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come down through a vinyasa, halfway or all the way. Cobra or upward dog, breathing in. Downward dog, breathing out. Take your right leg up to the sky. As you inhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Square your hips, draw your knee to your nose, step your right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Spin your back heel down and reach up through your arms. Spin to the left, straighten both legs, Ganesha Mudra overhead, take your elbows wide, keep your legs strong. Warrior 2 to the back of your mat. Turn your right toes in, left toes out. Reach to the undersides of your arms. Peaceful warrior, you're going to lift your left arm up and back and then bend your left elbow. Take your hand towards your neck. Take your right fingertips to your left elbow and find this deeper stretch through the left side body. Left upper arm. Side angle as you exhale. Reach your right arm up and over your right ear. Spin your chest toward the sky. Drop your right arm in front of your face. Find a half bind. Reach your right arm around your back. Keep your chest open. Ground into the outer edge of your right foot. But from here, keep your bind as you come up and back into that peaceful warrior. Maybe find Ganesha Mudra behind your heart or Gomukhasana arms. So you're clasping your fingers. Straighten your left leg. Triangle pose, extend out your arms. Exhale your right hand down. Pivot through Prasarita Padottanasana all the way to the top of your mat, lizard pose. Walk your right foot out to the right. Plant your hands right under your shoulders. Rock a little forward and back, side to side. Eventually lowering your knee again. Maybe you grab that blanket to support the back knee. Maybe you grab a block. Bring your forearms down. You can turn your right toes out slightly. Make sure your knee is pointing in line with your toes. Breathing into the front of the left hip, left thigh. Stretch into the outer right hip, inner right thigh. Keep your spine long. Take another breath. Come back to your palms if you came down. And take a twist here. So your left hand is under your left shoulder. Roll this left shoulder open. Sweep your right arm back. And if you can, bend your back knee, catch your foot. So we'll do the opposite of what we did in Natardrasana, Dancing Shiva. We're not going to kick the foot into the hand. Instead, we're going to lift your left sit bone up towards your heel and then bring everything down together. Deep stretch for the front of that left thigh. Feel that, the sensation there. Breathe into those muscles. Roll your right shoulder open. Roll open your chest. Only go so far. Feels good for you. Soften your jaw and space between your eyebrows. And then slowly release your foot back. Walk your right foot in slightly so the ankle is lined up right under the knee. I'm gonna lift your knee up. You can slide your blanket out of the way. Keep rolling open your left shoulder. You're gonna turn all 10 toes to the right. Wander your right foot back. This is a version of side plank. Have your knee just about in line with your hip so you can press down to lift up. So this will be your inhale, and as you exhale, lower, hover your hip off the ground. Reach your fingertips to the back of your mat. Inhale, come on up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Big breath in. And big breath out. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Plank pose. Breathing in. Chaturanga. Breathing out. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Square your hips, knee to nose. Step your left foot through, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 pose. Lengthen up through the front of your spine. Turn to the right, Ganesha Mudra overhead. Warrior 2 to the back. And to get low in that right hip, right knee. All these standing poses strengthen the ankles, strengthen the legs, the knees. Peaceful warrior, inhale, bend your right elbow. Take your left fingertips to your right elbow. Increase this side bend here. And then into side angle, Parshva Konasana. Drop your left arm in front of your face, wrap it around your back in this half bind. And then keep the bind as you come up. Use your legs and core more. Peaceful warrior. Bend your right elbow. So stay right here, or maybe you can slide the left hand up between your shoulder blades. Clasp your fingers or hold your shirt. Ganesha Mudra at the back of your heart. Straighten your right leg. Triangle pose, exhale, Trikonasana. Reach your hips back, your heart forward. Extend out through your arms. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Pivot to the left through Prasarita, back to the top of your mat for lizard. Move around a bit. Feel into your hips, breathe into your hips. Find that blanket if you need that for your knee. Lower down, maybe you can come a little bit lower here. Left forearm, right forearm. You can turn your left toes out. Maybe take a few moments to soften your eyes. Listen for the sound of your breath. Keep your attention in the present, on sensation. Imagine softening any tight muscles in your body. Come back to your palms. Let's take our twist. Right hand under the right shoulder. Sweep your left arm back. And maybe you stay here, hand on the thigh. Or bend your knee. Roll above your kneecap. Catch your foot. Keep rolling your right shoulder open. You're going to lift your sit bone up toward your heel. And then carefully, slowly, do this slowly. Bring everything down together. And keep the twist through your waist as you open your chest. Feel that stretch through the front of your right thigh and your hip flexors. Your rectus femoris is one of your quadricep muscles, and it's also a hip flexor, crosses the hip. And then carefully release that leg back. Pick up your back knee. You can wander your left foot so the ankle's right under the knee. Slide your blanket out of your way. And then wander your left foot back, knee in line with your hip. This version of Ashistasana. Here's your inhale. Firm up your legs to lift up. Exhale, lower. Hover your hip off the ground. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to hover. One more time. Inhale up and over, downward facing, plank pose, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Lift your right leg up, inhale. Bend your knee, open your hip. Knee to nose, exhale, step through. Warrior 2 legs. Stretch your arms forward to that left corner of your mat, sink into your hips. Grab your block, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Walk forward, stretch your left leg up and back. Roll open your hips, your belly, and your chest. Bend your left knee, catch your foot. And just like in Naturdasana, kick the foot into the hand. Open up more through your shoulder, a little more of a back bend. Release your foot. Bring both hands down, square your hips. You're gonna step back, downward facing dog. Lower your forearms to the ground. Dolphin pose. Walk your feet in, look toward your toes. If you like Pinchamayurasana, then look forward towards your thumbs. Lift one leg up, lift your right leg up. And give a little press into your left foot. Exhale, see if you can lift your right leg up to the sky. Maybe do a couple hops. Eventually drawing your legs together. Or keep them in the split if you're still working on balance. Lower down, child's pose, Balasana. Hips to heels, belly to thighs, forehead down. And then last side, all fours, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, breathing in, bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, knee to nose, step through. Virabhadrasana, 2 legs, bring your back heel down and walk your hands toward the right corner of your mat. Sink more into your hip there. Left hip crease. Grab your block. Lift your right leg up and back. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Firm up your left ankle, your left calf, your left thigh. Bend your right knee. Catch your foot and kick it into your hand. Open up through your chest and your shoulders. Release your foot. Bring your hands down. Step back. Downward facing. Lower your forearms, dolphin. Walk your feet and look toward your toes. Stay, knees straight or bent, or look towards your thumbs. Lift your left leg up this time. Exhale, reach up through the left leg, see if you can kick up. Keep your legs in the split, or draw your legs together for Pinchamayurasana. Press down to lift up. Lower down when you're ready. Slowly, and again, back into Balasana, child's pose. Take one more deep breath here. And come on up. And let's set up for bridge pose. You can use your blanket under your shoulders if you'd like. So you make a big rectangle. You can even use 2 blankets. Gives you a little more space through your cervical spine. So your shoulders come to the edge of your blanket, head on the ground, arms down by your sides. Walk your heels in toward your hips. And ground the back of your pelvis. Once you feel stable there, you're going to try to turn on your hamstrings a bit more. Isometrically draw your heels toward your hips and feel your hamstrings fire up. Isometrically draw your inner edges of your feet toward each other as well as away from each other. So you're turning on your adductors as well as your abductor muscles. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll up through your spine. Walk your arms under your body and clasp your hands. So keep the engagement of your hamstrings, your inner thigh muscles, your outer hip muscles. To lengthen up through your belly, your chest. Lift your chin slightly away from your chest. So you feel that natural curve in your neck. Press down to lift up. Press down through your arms, your hands. Take one more breath here. And exhale, let's lower down. Slide your arms out of the way. And just pause, close your eyes. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. And windshield wiper your legs side to side. Next time your legs fall to the left, let's stay. Look to the right. Keep your feet where they are. Take your left foot on top of your right knee. Deepen that stretch through your right thigh and hip flexors. And then back through center and over to the other side. Look to your left, maybe your right foot on top of your left knee. If it bothers your knee, don't do it. You can always prop up your left knee with a blanket or a block, so it's not hanging in space. Shoulders and head heavy, hands heavy. And then head back through center. Last few breaths, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can slide your blocks to your outer thighs for support. Take your arms over your head, make the same shape in your arms that you're making in your legs, this diamond shape. This helps to increase flexibility in our hips, mainly hip flexors. Relax the space between your eyebrows, your third eye center. Relax your cheeks, your jaw. You can even have your hands in Ganesha Mudra overhead. And we call on Ganesha's energy when we start something new. He blesses new beginnings, helps clear obstacles from our path. His chant is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Take a moment, bring your hands to your heart. Just rest them on your heart and recall your offering for practice. And then stretch yourself out for Shavasana. You might want to move that blanket up from under your shoulders. And maybe instead you roll it up under your knees. Once your body drop heavy, relax your fingers and your toes. Relax your legs and your arms. Relax your belly. Let it softly move along with your breath, rising as you inhale, falling toward your spine as you exhale. So you stay here as long as you have time for. I'm going to grab my harmonium and chant 3 ohms. You're welcome to join me from Shavasana, or you can sit up. Either way, relax. Feel your breath. May others as well benefit from our practice. Namaste.